It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and I've managed to grab Sammy. Hello, Sammy. How are we doing?
Nice to meet you again.
Yes.
Nice, always nice.
Absolutely fantastic location with the fjord in the background. This is a wonderful beer festival.
Yeah, I like it. I really enjoy
wonderful.
it. Lots of nice beers, nice people. Could be a little bit more crowdy, but gives shorter queues.
It's good for me. I can run around and do lots of video. Yeah. So you're one of the kind of original beer bloggers in Norway. So it's good to have a chat with you about Norwegian craft beer.
Thank you. A couple of guys would be a bit insulted. I'm not the original, but
one off.
One off. Could go.
Yeah, one of.
Sorry, Gustav Knut Albert, but yeah, and a couple of others, Tom at least. But yeah, I've been doing this for a while.
So what's the name of your blog?
Mainly I write at Ølportal, beer portal, that's in English. And I got a side project that's Sammy about beer, Sammy on Øl.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Next thing, what are you drinking? What do you have in your glass?
This is a collaboration between Pohjola and Brew by Numbers.
Okay.
They're both here, and it's come, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
And it's a really impressive Imperial Porter.
Fantastic. Well, the reason I wanted to grab you on to this very short interview is that I've been very well welcomed by the Norwegian beer community, and it's very nice to be welcomed, and it seems very friendly. But I want to kind of go back to the very beginning. Where did it all start?
Well, it kind of started with Oslo Microbrewery, but that didn't start the revolution. The beer revolution in Norway started with Nøgnø, the Kompromissløse Brewery. That's the total name. Everybody calls it Nøgnø, but that's the total.
Okay.
And shortly after, Håndbryggeriet.
Yes.
And lots of thanks to Kjetil Wiklund, who kind of his stubbornness made a lot of things happening in Norway. And then other joined in later. We've been talking about 4 or 5 big breweries in Norway, big craft beer breweries. Nøgnø, of course, Håndbryggeriet, Gin, Ægir, and well, as I work for Sjufjell, we're trying to chip in there.
Fantastic beer. Coffee porter, maybe, I think is my favourite. Is it coffee porter or coffee stout? I had it sent in a bottle a couple of years ago. It was a coffee dark.
It's not on lineup anymore.
Okay. Maybe rebrew it. It's very good.
You might.
I really like the 70 beers. I had a beer yesterday morning with Rolf, and we had it was a Belgian double. It's something to do with fish. I mean,
the Melzer.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that was fantastic.
one of my favorites. It's just. It's just a double,
really
just a
good.
Plain, really well-made.
But a well-made double. If you close your eyes, it could be from Belgium, and that's all we could ask for.
Yeah, I just spent 4 days in Belgium, and
brilliant.
Want to go back soon.
So, I understand the first couple of years was a real struggle for Nøgnø. Is it Kjetil? Is that his name?
Yeah,
it was a real struggle for this guy to get the whole kind of...
I believe the first barrel he ever sold was in Denmark, the Charlie's Bar in Copenhagen.
Okay.
Because the beer that they now got called, it's just called Nøgnø India Pale Ale.
Yeah.
He put that into the competition for homebrewers, and he ended up second last.
Wow.
Because it was too much hop, it was unbalanced. And you can get the same beer now at Norwegian Monopoly. And it's one of the top sellers there.
Yes,
at least the top 20. It's not all the way at the top, but it's a really good beer, and that kind of describes how things have been switched around, changed. But still, we drink 95% industrial lagers.
Yes, and
like most of Europe.
Yeah. One question, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but we have very different laws in the UK with selling beer. Do you think the way the Norwegian government gets involved with the Vin Monopolo and the way they sell beer to 4.7% in supermarkets, do you think that kind of restricts the growth of craft beer? Or, I mean, you don't have to answer that.
Well, it's hard to answer it shortly.
Yeah.
But, have been restricting it because at the beginning wine monopoly wasn't giving that much attention to craft breweries. If you compare to Sweden, they got almost the same system, but they put the limit for their wine monopoly, Systembolaget, a bit lower. They had to take in all the beer. So they just were given the responsibility for all the beer. In Norway, it's kind of divided. So, okay, you can make beer and sell it in the stores up to 4.7. So it's kind of sleeping. The beer beyond that was kind of sleeping for a while until Ringnes, the big brand in Norway, more than 50%, made Julebukk at 7%, and things started waking up really slowly for a couple of years. This was back in the 90s, but the last couple of years, Vinmonopolet have kind of taken a role trying to get the thing out. I know some breweries says things are going too slow to get something in there. I kind of agree, but if you want to keep the wine monopoly, we have to do things like that. Some want to keep it, some don't want to. It can be ups and downs for Norwegian beers with the wine monopoly, because if you open all the doors, then you know the big brands will be coming in, and you get the same. You also got a ban on commercial in Norway. So for one reason, Erding is one of the best-selling beers at Vinmonopolet. Well, if you do watch biathlon, skiing and shooting, there's a lot of commercials about that along the slope. So kind of, you go into the wine monopoly and you buy the beer that you heard of if you start drinking, and if it's a decent beer, you keep on drinking it. So Erding is a decent beer, but there's many other decent and good and excellent beers around there. And if you got, well, if you open the doors to commercials, the small brewers will always lose. That's kind of my bottom line.
It's kind of like makes it equal.
We kind of have a balance now. And maybe we should change it, but we should think of all aspects before you do anything.
My next question is American craft beer. I think they've hit about 12% market share now, in maybe a bit more in America. Certainly in Britain, we've had real ale, which you can kind of call craft beer, so it's 40%. You say it's 95% industrial beer, 5% craft. Where do you think it's going to...
4 in volume, and of course a little bit higher in money.
Do you think Norwegian craft can get to that 12%, that 15%? Where do you see it going in the future? That's my question.
It's growing, and it's going to keep on growing slowly, but depends on what you call craft, which is kind of out in the open at the time, because some of the craft breweries aren't even breweries, they're just the office that order beer from some big brewery. But it's going to grow. Some people have to do something else because there's not room for all the breweries that are popping up now. New beers coming in, the shelves at the store are not getting any longer or higher, so they're competing about the same place there. And we got 2 main grocery chains in Norway. That's kind of nobody talks about, but that's kind of the door to get into the market. You have to get your beer in there. Well, if it stops at the door there, you can't get in. The local store can take it in, but that's just one store instead of 400 or 1,000 or something chain. So that's more of a struggle than people tend to be aware of.
Sammy, it's been fantastic. Thank you for joining me. Yes, thank you for joining me. Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers and cheers. Check out Sammy's blog. I'll put a link in the description box. You'll write it down on a bit of paper for me so I can put it in the description box of the video. Check him out. Fantastic start here in Norway in terms of the craft beer scene. Cheers.